while ago, I wrote a story called A Day in the Life. At first, it was just a short film idea. One man, one day, and everything that happens to him before he gets home. To a dinner with his in-laws. Simple idea. But when I actually started writing the script, I ran into something interesting. The more I worked on the story, the bigger it started getting. Not because I was trying to stretch it, but because the characters already had history before the day even started. Marcus and Marissa didn't just appear that morning. They had a past. They met in high school. Marissa helped tutor Marcus when most people already assumed he was a lost cause. He had a reputation. The church ladies talked about him. Her parents didn't trust him. And when they secretly got married after graduation, that decision created a rift that lasted for years. All of this history existed before the story even begins. And that's where something called the show Bible comes in. A show Bible is basically a deeper blueprint for the story. It holds the background of the characters, their history, their motivations, the things that shape them long before this first scene starts. Now, the audience doesn't need a long explanation of all that, but the characters need it. Because when two people sit across the table from each other, the tension shouldn't feel random. It should feel like years of memory sitting in the room with them. And that's what the show Bible gives the story. It gives the scene, the emotional history, and once I started building the history, something else became clear. The story wasn't about just one moment. It was about the pressure building throughout the day. Marcus wakes up exhausted after working overnight. He's trying to provide for his family. He's trying to support Marissa while she goes back to school. And he's trying to prove something to people who still sees him as the person he used to be. So when Marissa tells him parents are coming to dinner that night, that moment carries years behind it. That realization changed how I looked at the script. Instead of forcing everything into a short film, I started breaking the story into 3 parts. The beginning of the day, the pressure building throughout the day, and the collision waiting for the end of the night. Act 1 introduces Marcus and the tension around the dinner. Act 2 follows Marcus as the day keeps stacking problems on top of him. And Act 3 brings him home to the moment he's been carrying all day. When I saw the story that way, something clicked. It wasn't about a short film anymore. Each section of the day could actually become its own episode. And instead of rushing through the day, the audience could actually experience it. The morning, the pressure building, and the confrontation waiting at the end. That's when A Day in the Life started evolving into a mini-series. And that's really what this stage of development is about. Building the structure, building the characters, and building the world underneath the story before the cameras ever start to roll. And eventually, the finished series will live on KayatickStyles.com. But right now, this is the stage where the foundation gets built.